right, it's time for the CFL scoreboard, and we have another football league to talk about on top of that. So let's get into it. It's week 6 of the Canadian Football League season, and Friday, the Toronto Argonauts got revenge over the Hamilton Tiger Cats, 17-16. Obviously, they played last week, or earlier this week, for the Labor Day games. Wow, I keep thinking it's the weekend. My vacations really screwed me up.
Yeah,
so last week, yes. There was a missed PAT by Hamilton with 1:24 left in the game, which became the difference maker as the ball hit the right upright, helping Toronto get revenge for a loss 4 days previously. Argos quarterback Nick Arbuckle, what a great name to say. Nick Arbuckle was 23 of 37 for 236 yards and a touchdown. Unfortunately, he threw 2 interceptions, but he also ran for a touchdown to make up for it. So
didn't matter. They won the game anyway.
They won the game, and we'll talk about where that puts them in the standings, but that puts them in a really good position right now early in the season. Saturday, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers got their second straight win against the Saskatchewan Roughriders, 33-9. This was the Banjo Bowl game, a game that we have highlighted before in past history lessons.
Banjo Bowl is a charity game where the winning team or the losing team pays money to the other city's United Way charity, and it's always the first time that they meet after Labor Day, and this happened to be 5 days later or whatever.
Right.
So this was the Banjo Bowl for this year.
Yep. So Winnipeg quarterback Zach Collaros was 18 of 22 for 278 yards, threw 2 touchdowns, and running back Sean McGuire ran 5 times for 5 yards and 3 touchdowns. So not too bad of a day for you if you're Mr. McGuire.
Touched the ball 5 times and scored 3 touchdowns.
And only 5 yards, so it's not like you had to run that far today.
Right.
You should be very refreshed.
Good blocking.
Yeah. Wide receiver Nick Dembski had 5 receptions for 134 yards, and wide receiver Kenny Lawler also had 5 receptions for 97 yards and a touchdown. So the Winnipeg, the Grey Cup champs, looking like the Grey Cup champs still.
Yep.
Looking like the team to beat. On Saturday, we had the Calgary Stampeders defeat the Edmonton Elks in a revenge game as well, 32-16 from their loss 5 days ago. Calgary quarterback Bo Levi Mitchell returned after missing 3 games with a fractured fibula to start his 100th CFL game. Mitchell was 23 of 42 for 276 yards and a touchdown. Wide receiver Kamar Jordan caught 12 passes for 159 yards and a touchdown. Good day for that guy. And then kicker Rene Paredes had 6 field goals. So good day for the kicker too.
All around good effort for everybody.
Yep. And then the Edmonton had Elks head. Edmonton had Elks head logo on their helmet for the first time.
Yeah, you didn't see the
No,
highlights?
I didn't see this.
They had the antlers the first couple games. Well, now they actually have the same logo that's on the field, the Elks head. Maybe I didn't write that
How did
down
I
right.
miss that?
Yeah,
you
they
wrote
actually
it
had the
awfully.
Elks head logo.
You even
on
ended
each
a
side.
sentence with a comma instead of a period there.
Whatever. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. I kind of like that. I think they're kind of working their way back to getting the 2 E's on the helmet.
Oh, you think they're just trying to work with this other logo for a while? Then
the antlers. I never really got into the antlers.
It was a little too minimalist. I don't hate it,
look
but
good. This one looked better. But it was hard to see. I mean, for a long time, I wasn't sure what was going on until you saw a close up of a guy on the field, and then you got to see the actual Elks head logo.
Yeah, because again, I was away all weekend, so I didn't get to see much of the CFL this weekend. Okay.
Stay home and watch football next weekend.
Don't tell me what to do. Maybe I'll go camping again just to spite you. Also on Saturday, the British Columbia Lions defeated the Ottawa Red Blacks 45-13. You thought that this was some of the best highlights of the week.
There were so many great interceptions and great runs, and if out of the 4 games, this game had the best highlights of the weekend in the CFL. Yeah,
British Columbia quarterback Michael Riley was 22 of 26 for 319 yards passing with 4 touchdowns. In the second quarter, British Columbia wide receiver Lucky Whitehead returned a missed field goal, 119 yards for the touchdown.
That in itself was
you talked about that highlight.
Worth checking out.
Yeah. And then for Ottawa, quarterback Dominique Davis was 30 of 51 passing for 333 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, 333 yards in a losing cause. So it was a good game. Like I said, there was tons of great highlights, great catches, and just a lot of great plays in that game.
Yep. And then on bye this week, the Montreal Alouettes, who will have their next game at home against the British Columbia Lions. And with that, we'll quickly look at the standings in the CFL. In the West, You have Winnipeg up at the top there with a 5-1 record, a comfortable 2-game lead over Saskatchewan at 3-2, as well as British Columbia at 3-2, Edmonton at 2-3, and then Calgary at the bottom there with a 2-4 record. Over in the East, the Toronto Argonauts sit atop with a 3-2 record, followed by Montreal and with a 2-2 record, Hamilton in the 3 spot with a 2-3 record, and then Ottawa at the bottom with a 1-4 record. All right, then we had a title game in the Indoor Football League. It was United Bowl 12 as the number 2 seed Massachusetts Pirates upset the Arizona Rattlers, the number 1 seed, in overtime with a 37-34 victory for their first ever title in any league that they've been in.
Yeah. You brought this up on your phone.
Yeah, we were watching the Sunday night game, the Rams-Bears game, and we knew that the indoor game was going on, but we were so infatuated with Matthew Stafford that I won't say we forgot about it, but we were like, oh, let's check in on that game. And I pulled it up on my phone, and we were watching a little bit just in time to catch them going to overtime, and then Massachusetts getting the ball back and kicking the game-winning field goal. Wow, what a heartbreaking game if you're in Arizona.
That's the second year in a row they've lost in the United Bowl for Arizona. And I thought they were going to walk away with the whole season and everything this year because they look so good most of the year. But I'll tell you,
Massachusetts got hot at the right time.
Yep,
we had talked about this for several weeks.
8 wins in a row to end the regular season. Went through the playoffs and got to the championship game. And from what I understand, this was a close game all game long, and went into overtime, and they won it on a field goal. So congratulations, Massachusetts Pirates.
Heck yeah. And, a couple years ago they had that documentary you could find on Amazon too. I forget the name of it, but it was all about the Massachusetts Pirates when they were in the National Arena League. Mm-hmm. So they've come a long way.
Yeah.
And congratulations to them getting their first title.
Yep.
And that's it for the CFL and Indoor Football League portion of the scoreboard.